Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this extraordinary universe or life. Welcome. My name is Fanny Silverton, and we are continuing on from last week's live I did, and it was all around evolution. And we talked about three very important points, which was how evolution is shaping us, the pressure of life pressurizing us to become the diamond, and us learning to stand at the frontier of evolution and know exactly where we're going. And so I want to take all those concepts and kind of pop it into my kind of life story and journey, because I also think having a practical, tangible experience of that is also very helpful for you to understand where you can possibly be at in your life. And also where I'm going on my evolutionary journey in my own work, in my own business, as a teacher, as a leader, as a coach, as a healer, as a facilitator. And so, if you are any of those, if you are wanting to be, if you are, if you're feeling it within you to go to a new level in your work, if you are a coach, a healer, a teacher, facilitator, or that's your trajectory, then this conversation would be very, very interesting for you, so that you can get some new codes, some new coordinates, some new awarenesses, or just learn to work out how my lessons or my awareness could help you grow and evolve, right? Because that's how evolution works. We are all learning and growing from another person, and that helps us to fast track our destiny. And that's actually what I'm very interested in. How can we fast track our destiny? How can we make things kind of speed up? How can we arrive in our totality faster, clearer, more potent, so that we can do what we're meant to do and we can have an extraordinary journey along the way. So, this is what we're going to be doing today. And so, yeah, let's dive into it. And a big hello to those watching the replay too. So, we talked about these three really important points. One is that we are on an evolutionary journey. Okay, we are evolving. Life is constantly shaping us. We're constantly being challenged, right, to stand stronger, to kind of deal with whatever deck of cards we've been dealt with, right? Whether we grew up in a rich family or a poor family, or we had this, or we had that, or we're given a deck of cards, right? It's certain cards to play, and it's like, well, how well do we play these cards, and how well can I use and be resourceful and learn from the environment around me to grow and awaken, right? So we're often on this journey. So that's number one. And through that journey, we're learning to get stronger and more powerful and more in alignment with who we are. So this evolutionary journey is really powerful, and we learn from other people so that we can keep getting stronger and all of that stuff. Because if we look at how history works, we learn from others all the time. So that's the first point. And the second point, it's my daughter in the background, is that, oh, she really is in the background. Do you want to come say hi, Aurora? I think she's doing some arts and crafts. The second part of this is that life gives us, we go through parts in our life story where we get put under pressure, where we do have some deeper challenges, where life does kind of shapes us in ways that aren't sometimes very easy, but it's doing it so that we become the best version of ourselves. Sometimes we're being shaped. Sometimes we've got this terrible relationship we've got to get out of. Sometimes this job where we have to learn to stand up and be ourselves more. Sometimes there's this a health challenge that really makes us go, actually, no, I need to sort myself out. So sometimes we get these moments of deep pressure going on, and we're like, this isn't what I ordered from the universe. I wanted something more extraordinary. But these moments of deep pressure are actually forming us, shaping us, refining us, making us stand in more integrity, making us clearer in who we are, making us really understand who we are as a strength, right? Because we're wanting us to become stronger, more potent in who we are, what we do, what we say. Right? So life will shape us to be that. So if you're in one of these moments, just be like, okay, let me learn these lessons. Let me master this, right? We're going to do this. I know what's going on, and I'm going to come through the other end. The third point to this is that we've got to know where we're going, right? So if we know evolution is happening, if we know we're being shaped for greatness, then we've got to be like, where are we going, right? What are we leading life to? Are we leading ourselves in a certain direction? Are we leading others, right? And so we're kind of standing on the frontier of evolution and leading life, right? So if you are a coach, a teacher, a healer, a facilitator, a creator, then you're kind of standing here really powerfully. It's like, well, where am I leading life? Where am I leading my students, my people? Where am I leading my own life? Where am I leading my life to my own destiny and my dharma? Right? And this point is what I really want to kind of unlock today, because it's a very powerful point. Where am I really leading my life and others to? And all that shaping, that diamond shaping, is going to make you be this amazing person. All this part of you working out your journey and your story and playing your cards in the best way possible to become great is all bringing you to this point of, well, I'm standing at the frontier of evolution. What am I going to do? What am I really here to do? And how am I reshaping reality? And this is the point that we all need to come to. And if you're not coming to this point, you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out on going to your next level, right? You're going to miss out on creating a new era in your work. You're going to miss out on being innovative and revolutionary and mind-blowing in some way with your offerings or your creations. And you're not going to, you'll just end up being stagnant and like the majority of people. And this is not what we want. We want some bright, extraordinary people standing at this place of the frontier revolution going, I can feel where I need to lead people to. I'm aware of what people are needing. I know what they're, and I can supply that for them. I can see which way evolution is moving, and I'm here to shape it in that direction. And I can provide the product or the service or the offering or the creation to fill that gap so that people come along in this direction, right? So this is a very, very powerful point for the leader to stand in. And we all must come here, and it's a good place of contemplation, right? So know this point, and I want you to keep journaling on it, becoming aware of it, and gather the energy and the power of this place, because it's a very creative spot. There's also a lot of responsibility on some level, but it's going to make you be ahead of your game, ahead of your time, right? And that's exciting. That's an exciting place to play at. Okay, so what's been happening at my end to put this all into like physical reality is that I have gone on an extraordinary journey of evolution. I had the most craziest family. Like, I think I went to 13 different schools. My parents married and divorced like 3 or 4 times each, which let me in 8 different family scenarios and all the drama and the craziness that goes with that. So I come from a lot of mixed heritage, right? I've got Dutch, Indonesian, Jewish, English, Irish, Scottish, French, German, Portuguese, all wrapped through me from my great grandparents down. There's a lot of mixture going on inside me. So if there's a lot of conflict and chaos and life chaos, I had to evolve myself out of, right? And we all go on that journey. Some of us go on a healing journey. Some of us go on a self-repair journey. Some of us go on a mindset journey. And we go on this journey to heal and repair and get ourselves back together after the chaos, right? And through that, you learn about life. You learn about people. You learn life mastery. Through that, you learn who you are and who you're not. Through that, you learn red flags of other people really quickly. You learn where to stay away, where to not, right? So it's a powerful path, right? This part of the evolutionary process. And then life starts to shape you, or the universe starts to shape you, or your dharma or your soul starts to shape you into becoming who you're meant to be. And in that mastering, I'm very much someone who likes to master things. I like people who master their craft. I love people who take the time to really become excellent. So what did I do? I studied, I did nutrition, I did volunteered for the ambulance, I learned all my healing, I got certificates of science, I got mastery degrees in healing and energy. So I studied and I learnt the path of well-being, body, mind, heart, soul, energetically, universally, right? And then life put me through the mastery program of go out into the field and really do your work. So what have I done? 18,000 hours of private one-to-one sessions with people. That's a lot of people crossing my path, a lot of nationalities, a lot of genders, a lot of life story, a lot of learning energetics. I took over 240 live workshops, retreats in 7 different countries. So I've been put through the kind of journey, right? And then my daughter came along and it stopped me from traveling, and it made me go, how am I gonna be who I am and not travel and not see people in my home anymore? Because I used to have people come to my home to do sessions, but I didn't want that when I had the baby in the house. I'm gonna have to go online. So then life was like, it puts you in these positions of like, well, you can't do what you were doing before because it's not going to work this way anymore, right? And it says, okay, reform yourself. How can you be resourceful? Look around, what's going on, and then you start to get inspired by other people. It's like, oh, I can go online. I can do my business online. So I learned online marketing. I learned how to send out emails. I learned about websites. I learned how to URLs. I learned how to upload, download, all these beautiful things that allow me to go online. And then because I'm a teacher, I'm like, well, how can I go online and teach people? I want to teach people. My thing is groups of people. I love holding space for groups of people. Yes, I've done my time with one-to-ones, and now I'm only after like certain people to work with because I want to take them to very high levels because I've got the skill for that. But actually, I want a whole group space. So I learned to do group programs. And then I learned to do a certification, a coaching certification. So the last 3 years have all been about be online, right? Work out how to put what you know through an online formula and container. Learn that. Learn how to manage a staff member. Learn how to make mistakes. I made so many mistakes along the way. Learn how to where to spend your money on what things to make things better, right? And trust me, I've made a lot of mistakes along the way, but you learn, right? This is all part of evolution. This is part of the universe pulling your container and going, stand up now. Do you know that when I first began online, I used to write something and I used to like literally shut my computer down and not look at my phone or my computer for a whole week because I was so terrified of coming out online. So terrified, like what was the response, the judgment, did I say things in the right way? But that journey taught me. It taught me to be fearless within myself. It taught me to channel. I used to get up every week and like do a Facebook Live once a week, and whatever came through. And I learned to channel. I learned to hold group space, and it wasn't in a business. It's just from the freedom of my heart, just turning up and doing my work, doing my service. And it taught me so many skills, right? And because I'm a bit of an academic and a bit of an athlete, and I trained in dancing, I'm like refine, get better. What is the next thing? Refine. So it hasn't been easy either, right? And in the last 2 years has been very intense because the universe is shaping you to become who you're meant to be. And so sometimes the universe makes you be who you think you are, and you're like, well, this is who I am. I've made it. Da, 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 da. And then the universe goes, that's not who you really are. So now we're going to strip you back down. Now we're going to give you a few ego deaths and a few dark nights of the soul. And now you're going to have everything taken and stripped from you on some very deep level. And you're going to crumble and you're going to collapse. And you're going to let whatever you thought you were and who you were and everything die. And that's a hard thing, hard journey to come to, right? And of course, you don't want it because you've built things up to a certain level. You've built your identity up to a certain level. You've built your offerings up to a certain level and it's working. And then the universe goes, this isn't who you really are. Come on now. Now, at first, I went kicking and screaming and, right? And then next situation. And then all of a sudden, it's like, okay, I'm now in this new stripping of self process to arrive at where I need to be. And this is part of, the evolutionary journey towards your dharma and your destiny. And it's not for the faint-hearted. This is warrior training here, people, right? So if you have been on this journey and it has been tough, if you've been getting visions of who you are and then simultaneously life's not showing up in that way and it's giving you through pressure and you're having challenges to sort out and work out, know from the depths of your being that the universe is shaping you, forming you to stand up to your visions with clarity, because this path is not easy. Changing, being at the frontier of evolution, reforming life is not an easy place. being able to stand in your strength consistently is not easy, but you need to be able to be that strong diamond to be able to do it, right? So life does this. So if this is where you're at, if you're going, and this year's been like this for a lot of people, it's been wobbly, right? The storms of life shifting and changing, things breaking up. Who am I? Who am I not? Because we've gone through an evolutionary journey of like moving in one place and we evolve. And then we're like, actually, now that I've become this, I've evolved, I've become enlightened. I then realize, oh, there's so much more of me to exist. And life does its things to strip out the old, right? So that you come into more clarity. We're after clarity. The universe is after clarity. I need to come into clarity if I'm ready to do my next level. So last year, stripping, right? Dying. At the same time, keeping up with my business, right? Keeping up my coaching certifications, keeping up with my manifestations, and my beautiful family keeps coming into my home.
How do you spell Mael?
M-A-E-L.
M-A-E-L.
Yeah, shut the door. Okay, it's Saturday. That's how we roll on a Saturday. Family. Right? Trying to go through my deaths and rebirths and simultaneously getting visions of a new place and then trying to die the old so I can step into new visions and being dynamic enough to keep up with my business, right? So I'm talking to entrepreneurs out here, being dynamic enough to keep up with the business. Why? I have bills to pay. I have students to look after and I have assistants to pay and I have all these other things that I need to, my responsibilities. Right. And I need to also deliver my work and deliver my promises. And so I can't just go, I'm going through a transition. I am now going to go and sit up on the hill and I'm going to meditate while everything comes into alignment. No, right? That doesn't, I can't go, I'm now going to go to Asia and do all these amazing courses until I rebirth myself and come back again. I don't have that luxury. I have a child. I have a family, right? I have a husband I need to look after. I don't have that luxury. I have a business. I have bills. I have a mortgage. I have this. I have that. I have staff to pay. I have students to look after. And I'm going through a lot of death and rebirth and downloading a whole new level, like crazy. Like this year has been crazy for me. Crazy. But in that, you break, you shed, you learn some amazing skills. You learn that actually I can do it all. I can run my business on this level. I can die and rebirth and download a whole new another level of business to work into. And I can turn up and do sessions and do homework with my child and go out dancing and have a good time and have a life fest and then download a new course in the middle of it all because that felt like energetically I needed to do. And let's do a ceremony. And I became warrior. Masterful, chuck, and making decisions like warrior training. This year has been ultimately warrior training to die, to rebirth, to evolve, to sustain, to hold up my responsibilities and my duties. It's been warrior training. And so I think I have a badge now. Warrior on spiritual warrior on earth, rocking it in this time zone while keeping it all together and being multidimensionally sane. I am so multidimensionally sane. You have no, on all levels. The sanity is there still. And that's important. So all of this has been training. And so now that I've died and rebirthed, now that I'm unafraid to die, now that I can live on multiple levels at once and be successful at it, where am I going next? Where am I going next? Well, I'm going to destroy everything, of course. Everything in my business. No. So this is where I'm going next. And this is what's really exciting. So now that I've gone through all these shifts and changes, now that I've been given new teachings, new codes, basically, it's not that I'm destroying everything. So you may have seen some emails go around like, I'm changing platforms, we're changing structures, the lifetime of certain courses have now finished, right? It might look like destruction. And for some people, they're like, you're destroying it. You're destroying what we had. You're destroying the community we built up. You're destroying the teachings that I thought I had forever. And you will get your stuff. We'll find ways to get your stuff to you. We're just changing platforms and I'm reorganizing things. So don't worry. If you've got lifetime access, we'll find ways to get it to you, right? So it looks destructive on one level, but actually, it's a massive rebirth. So what's happened is my embodiment coaching certification, as you may know as Sacred Start, it rebirthed itself. It rebirthed itself. And a whole new energetic system to play in has come down. It rebirthed itself. And that's what really evolution is. We come to a place where we're like, we understand, we grow, we evolve, we put pressure on, and then the phoenix rises again, and it has to rebirth itself in its more of its beauty and more of its totality and more of its fullness. And so this is what's happening next year. And this is what I'm so excited for. And this is why I'm inviting you into my world next year, is that my whole universe has rebirthed itself. The courses I'm teaching have rebirthed themselves because they've evolved and grown, and I've understood a limitless potential for people to incarnate their soul. So without giving too much away, because I want to do like a slow reveal in January, February around what this really is. And, it's all part of the fun and the excitement of the reveal, right? Because we all like to be teased a little bit. I certainly do. But also it allows me to catch up in the back end because there's certain things I need to do, like transform platforms to give you a better learning experience, or get my team in order. And, so on a practical level, I'm just going through the back end phases as I reveal on the outside. So what's happening next year? I have a whole new energetic experience for you that allows you to incarnate your soul. Basically, there'll be 3 certifications that all use the same technique, but in the coaching program, which is 6 months, you use the technique as a soul gate to let the soul come in. It's really beautiful. In the channeling course, 2-month course, it becomes a stargate. So you can go in and read and communicate with everything in the universe and step into speaking, right? The truth. Because if you speak the truth, you unlock life. And it's the third set of is another 2-month where it turns into a sacred gate where you step into leadership and you learn to communicate with the universe around who your dharma is and what your destiny is and how to apply that into a business. And these 3 things click together. If you can imagine, right, a multi-dimensional flower of life where everything communicates and talks to each other to evolve, right? This is what it is. It's genius and it's epic all at once. So we've got 3 certifications. There'll be 3 retreats that support that: the Living Goddess, the Living Priestess, and the Living Heaven. And all 6 of these things together is going to help you evolve and incarnate and arrive in your totality like nothing before. You'll have timeless tools to help yourself go to the next level. You'll have tools to become a coach, a certified, international certified coach, a mentor, a teacher, a guide, a facilitator, a teacher, a speaker, a creator, a business person, an entrepreneur. I want to give you all those skills because this is what you're going to need to stand at that frontier of evolution and be amazing, innovative, bringing your next level, standing in your unique truth. I want people to arrive back into the totality of who they truly are. I'm not interested in creating people that are cookie cutter copies, right? Oh, this is fashionable. Let me be this. Oh, no, I'm interested in people really arriving in the totality of who they're meant to be, their offerings, their teachings, their speakings, all of that. So if you are on this level already and you know you've got a new place to go to, then this system will make you get there. If you are wanting to come to moving into this world of knowing who you are, this system will work for you. If you're wanting a system to help other people grow and expand, this system will help you as well. So it's going to teach you so much stuff because it's genius. My mind still hasn't quite trying to piece it together, but there's a genius in this whole system. It's a whole new energetic system. Yay! It's coming next year, and we're busy behind the scenes working on it. So my inner circle of students know about it, and I have offered them a legacy deal. I'm offering 3 people on the app beyond my 3 students a legacy deal to come for the whole year of everything for 5,500. And you can DM me for the details if it excites you or lights you up. But it's a whole year of training, like intensive athletic mastery, excellence, certified, internationally recognized out there training for you. So if this lights you up or interests you, DM me or email me. We'll get more of the details to you. I don't want to reveal more of it. So if you're interested, DM me. We'll get the details to you. And otherwise, you'll just start to see this revealing itself more and more and more. But the key to all of this is that we need to stand here more at the frontier of evolution. We need to stand at the place of being innovative more. We need to stand at the place of being in such clarity that we are in direct communication with the divine more and more and more, so that we know precisely which step to take next. We know precisely why certain things are given us to work through, to master ourselves, to become warrior. We understand where we're leading people to. We're understanding what we're doing to bring back to humanity to grow it, right? We need to start. I want to work here. This is the place, the field, the moment that really excites me and lights me up. It's a place of limitless potential. It's a place of needing to be masterful and excellent inside. Like you've worked through your stuff enough to be able to hear, to be guided. It's also a place of wonder and excitement where we can also be, we can get excited that I can bring down some things to give other people, and I can earn money and abundance and wealth and provide a great life. Like that's exciting. The energy of creation is exciting. The exchange of creating something and getting creation money from it and abundance is exciting. I want to play at that field. So this is very powerful for those of you that know you need to stand here more, and that you have something interesting, extraordinary to deliver, that you know you need to stand up stronger in your path. You might already know your path, or you might be like, it feels like this, but I haven't quite landed in it. Or you need clarity on your path of what it really is. And remember, we're evolving, I think 6 years ago, I was like well into goddess stuff, and I still am. And it's powerful and it's a part of my work, but it's not the totality of my work. I had to go through that journey. And in the moment, it was, this is who I am, goddess, sexual energy, but it's actually now just become a department. But I had to move through that to understand the next level. And so some of us are kind of there. We're in a chapter of our life, learning, mastering, we're this coach, we're that kind of healer, we're teaching this. But it's just they're forming us because we know that there's actually another level and layer. And so this is the kind of people I want to work with. Also, if you know you need to fast track out of your childhood stuff, your family stuff, heartbreaks, this is also a system of energetics, healing, clearing, up leveling, so that you've got tools. I've always been interested in passing on tools to people to help them, universal fast tracking tools. So this also gives you that. Anyway, next year is going to be kaboom. I also have some other little courses in there as well. And the invitation is to come learn with me for a year, for 2 years, and reinvent yourself, rebirth, reemerge, and re-know who you truly are in this universe. So I welcome you. I welcome your beauty. I welcome your brilliance. DM me if you want these particular details. It will be available until the end of the year. And that's it. That's it. And I just wanted to share that with you because I know, I've been posting some bits around things are shifting, things are changing. And this was an opportunity for me to give you some more clues around why things do what they do, why we go through certain things we go through. And I truly believe, with all my heart, believe that there is only one path. There's only one path. We've got to find that one path, and we've got to learn to master it. The one path of being born here, right? The one part of evolving out of our conditioning, the one path of finding who we truly are, the one path of finding our gifts, our talents, our mastery, and the one path of learning how to stand with all of that at the frontier of evolution and learn to gift it to life, to raise reality in our products, our services, and become the entrepreneur right? So, and this happens in small ways and in big ways, right? But we've got to keep knowing that there is only one path, and the path is into, as cheesy as it sounds, incarnating heaven into earth, and that only happens when you incarnate your soul into your body, and the light into your business, and the light into your work and your offerings. And I have been created and formed by the universe to help you on this. So I welcome you and your beauty and your strength and your wisdom. Come play with me, come hang out with me. And life's going to be brilliant and amazing. It's going to quickly go in. Tanya saying, thank you for taking the time to be informative and allow us to ponder upon the next chapter, as well as to hear more about your journey. You're so welcome. When will we get your cards? Yes, the cards. Oh my God, the cards. My computer will go to sleep. I have a dummy copy. I have been told they're in customs. They're being cut in customs. It's taken longer than I expected. To be honest, there was a production issue that happened, and that delayed the whole thing, because this was the back, but I wanted the back to be more sparkly and shiny, and so I had to get them to redo it all. So there's a bit of production issues, and now obviously it's come from China, right? But they're on their way. We have a date for the free card reading course. I'll be doing more of this stuff. Once they arrive, I'm going to bring out, I've been told literally in a couple of days, but I'm almost kind of like, maybe another week. So we're hoping to get them out to you by January, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, in that first week or two, so that by the end of January for the card reading course, you have them. And they're going to be so fun, right? They're so good. They're so good. Oh my God. Yes, they're coming. They're on the way. I'm so excited. But I will, once you start seeing me bring them out, it means that they've arrived. And I just didn't want to keep bringing them out to everybody, because there was some production issues and delivery issues, and I just didn't want to, until they arrived at my home. I didn't want to keep advertising them or showing them off, but I will. You'll see me. Once they've arrived, you'll start to see me playing with these cards a lot. But they're so cool. They're going to help you read life. So should we give you some cards? Let's give you 1 or 2 cards for this today. And if the Facebook thing jumps off, it's because my Max decided to die. Let's give you 2 or 3 cards. I think this is for coming into the new year. We have addiction, finances, and the unknown. And if you're going to really move into this space of abundance and wealth, and this wealth energetic place, you really need to start to move into this limitless field of the unknown, of wonder, right? But when we have ourselves tied into behaviors, addictions, bad habits, resentments, even being addicted to resentment, or things aren't working for me, I'm not happy, we keep ourselves locked in this kind of field of grudge, of predictability, and then we stay there. And that's the vibrational frequency of our wealth. Even if we get something, we're not happy with it, still not enough, still haven't earned enough, still haven't whatever, right? And that energy, that fear, that grudge, that resentment, that hatred, that sabotage, we need to break free from, because it's become an addiction. Because we're all after a better, more extraordinary, wealthy life. And, the tree is there because we're growing into wealth. It's not just physical money. We're growing our whole mindset, our whole energy into wealth, right? And the only way is if we can break free from this and start to tap into a whole other energetic field of joy, wonder, possibility. But if you're holding on to this too much, this becomes murky. It becomes like, I can't see the way clearly. So I invite you to really, let's see what the next card is. Bring your brilliance back. Bring your brilliance back to anything that you're grudging or resentful or hating. Bring your gifts, your talents, your joy. Bring your brilliance back to this stuff. Because it's when you recognize yourself as brilliant, like you turn up, you value things, you can move through things, you take responsibility for the dead or whatever, and you move back into power. That energy of brilliance helps you to find the energetic match into that wonder unknown of higher possibilities, right? Let me see what the next card is. And then we can start to step into new beginnings, right? Where life is fresh, it's new, we have a whole new relationship to life, abundance, everything like that. Celebration. We can celebrate finally. right? And this is the energy I invite you to keep moving into. But if you've got this going on, it's going to drag everything down, right? So look at that. Bring this energy into this. Keep bringing this energy into this, right? And everything will start to work itself out. So there you go. That's the cards. Okay, let me see where everything else is going on. Yay. All right, gorgeous people. I love you all so much. Thank you for being in my world. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for being you. Thank you for existing. You know, the more you want to grow, the more I get to exist. The more you want to tap into your next level, the more I can bring down higher things. So we play this game together. So I really enjoy being a part of my community and rides, and look out for next year. It's going to be exquisite. Big kisses. Have an amazing weekend. You can DM me for some details if you want to take this amazing legacy offer. And yes, next year, me and you, next year, we're gonna rock it. If you're ready for it, right? You gotta be warrior with me to be able to do it there.